Uh,
I can't see it anywhere. Or have you put it on TAC?
Oh, if you go to the YouTube channel, you can see it.
I've only got his lock and load stuff. His last video. Listen.
Should go live.
Oh yes, I've just got it.
Last video.
Ah, right. So we are live-age.
Yeah. Before we start breaking out the news, let's give everyone a couple minutes.
Give everybody a chance to join in.
Yeah, I was just watching
a couple posts here from Chris Ridley, who doesn't like me calling him Ridley. Best of y'all, not around today. Have fun and don't let Chester rant too much. Tony talk too much, and rough not post any hunter videos.
Yeah, shush now. There's a reason, and you will hear about this.
Here's the 60th birthday, so on, very special. Bacardi Reza limitation.
he's hitting the sauce.
He's hitting the sauce, all right. Chris O'Reilly did that. He says he's not here to complain. I'm going to call him whatever I want to call him. But yeah, we'll miss you, Chris. So hopefully you'll watch this later and be able to check everything out. Lots of good info this week. Boy, we're going to have a lot to talk about. So we were going to have a special guest, but I decided to postpone the special guest because I figured Tony's got 2 weeks worth of yakking to do. So if we get somebody on, they'll never get a chance to talk. So
Mo did a pretty good job of filling in the talking.
Mo, yeah, he's a talker.
Yeah, it's like a home from home, wasn't it?
It was like having Tony Jr. here.
Yeah,
hey, Richard, how you doing? Hi guys. Hey. So yeah, lots of cool stuff. A lot of things to talk about this week. Ruff's got news. Tony's got news. We got packages to open. We've got information to share. But the one thing we don't have is another Ruff video where we have the hunters being played. Still.
Yep. And I appreciate that.
After last week, promising, well, this is going to be the week. And the week before that, promising it was going to be the week. And the week before that, and the week before that. And
have you right. So, yes, you're quite right. I'm not denying that. And I was ready to rock and roll, set the old webcam up. I thought, let's give it a go. And then realized I had to have something to broadcast it on. So I've downloaded OBS. And I'm not sure. I think I want to use OBS or Streamlabs OBS rather than OBS Studio because Streamlabs OBS looks a bit more funky. You can do some things with it. So I'm having to learn that. So if that goes well, I can do it. Yeah, it's imminent. And I'm not just saying that. I have, the cameras over there. I set it all up, put it over this side of the table to do it. And it looks okay. But I've got to now just give me a day or two to learn how this OBS malarkey works. And there's another reason which I'll talk about. I've been tied up with something else, war game related, which I'll talk about when we get more than 2 people in.
So it's 3.5 months and we're finally at the imminent point.
Yeah, that's the Brits for you. It's just an English.
That means probably July, I think.
Possibly.
It's going to happen. Don't worry. Once I sort the OBS out.
What's up with that shirt? Talk to me about that shirt, Ruff. Show everyone your shirt.
I thought I'd go a bit sort of US of A today. It's the Caroline. What's their nickname? It's the college football team, isn't it?
Tar Heels. It's the Tar Heels.
The Tar. Hold on. The Tar Heels. Yes, there we are. It's a proper. Oh, you can't even see that. The Tar Heels. Oh, anyway, it says Tar Heels on there. It's a proper pucker.
So what exactly is the Tar Heel?
I don't know. I don't even know what this is. What is it? my brother-in-law bought it a while back. I thought, I'll tell you what, I'll put it on. I don't know. I'm number 98. Look at that. It's got my name on the back. I think he bought it so it's got my name on the back, you see. So
Let's see the name. Turn around.
Well, everybody knows the way. Hold on. You see that?
No, we can't see it with your shoulder.
Can you see it now?
No, you
I
got to
can't-
stand up.
I'm not taking it off.
You got to stand up, knucklehead.
God, all right.
Steeler fans here.
Oh my God, we're looking at the 98. You got to turn the camera up.
Oh, right. Hold on. No, hold on. A bit more. This is not what rehearsed. Can you see that now?
Hey, now we see it. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is why it takes me months to get something streamed. You see, this is what it's like, yeah? Hi, Steeler fan.
Steeler fan, how you doing? Tony, what's your back of your jersey say?
Nothing.
Oh,
This is my Alexander Hamilton, as the Brits would say, jumper. It's a little bright.
It's more of a, I don't know, jogging top.
I could be, I could be real emo and do the.
Oh God, you'll be playing Magic Arena next. Gee,
you look like big board gaming there with that look. Wow, that's crazy. Hey, Philip. how you
Philip
doing?
Reynolds, yeah.
Good to see you, Philip.
we are treading on Kev's toes because he's doing a live stream. Is he still doing the live?
I think he should be about done. He started a couple hours or an hour ago.
He knew,
He was having Wi-Fi issues again.
but he knew not to tread on toes and all that sort of thing. So
He didn't start it he started an hour before us, and those deep dives sometimes they can go longer, but I didn't feel that with this one.
Well,
yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine.
And Tony, you've been really getting into the British terms, haven't you? We talked before we went live.
Got one for you today.
Oh, he's got another one.
All right.
We've got school terms now. We've got all kinds of things now that you've kind of getting your people at school to learn about.
Good stuff. Well, just to say, this is a food-related one, and end of last week, the family, we had a lovely ruby. It was gorgeous.
A lovely what?
Ruby.
A ruby.
Ruby?
Yeah. Ruby Murray.
Okay, you're gonna have to give us some more
Roast
information.
beef?
No, it's Cockney rhyming slang. Ruby Murray. Curry.
Curry.
So curry? Like
Yeah.
Indian food?
Indian curry, yeah. So when
Yeah,
you go out in India, you going for a nice ruby tonight.
You guys with your rhyming stuff is just weird.
Yeah, apples and pears,
It's-
Aristotle. Yeah, that's a weird one, Aristotle, because Aristotle rhymes with bottle and glass, and bottle and glass rhymes with a part of the anatomy. And that's what you call it. Go, oh, me Aristotle. Oh, God, dear, just me Aristotle. Yeah, so you'll use them.
Well, I might be able to use them instead of getting in trouble at school, depending on what I say.
You say to the kids that stop messing about, sit down on your Aristotles, please.
Hextax, you got that cleaned up yet? Oh my God! I hope you started picking up some of that stuff.
Hex did some live streaming with
where COVID came from. All we have to do is look at Hex to Hex Place.
That's not nice. No, don't take the notice, Jeff. Take the notice.
He did some nice live stream on the with Vassal. So I'll have to tell you what is funny is I went to record some OCS, and I started recording it on Vassal, and I realized I kicked the pooch on the rules. So there were some updates, and it totally there was some errata, and I was like, holy I screwed it up. I'm like sitting there going, so I'm probably just going to stop this one. Oh, hell, I'm just going to delete it.
Well, actually, he was recording them in his underpants because, like us, you see, we sit here like newsreaders We're all sort of lovely here, but here we've got our budgie smugglers on underneath. Nobody can see, you know. So I'm not. Luckily, I knew I was going to be made to stand up, so I put some jeans on. But normally I don't. But I think Hex to Hex, he loves his monster games. But I've had something turn up which may, in his opinion, be my first monster game. Mark Herman.
Did you get War in the Pacific, the old version?
No, I got
Golf Strike.
Right.
Yeah.
I bet you're gonna like that one, Ruff.
I like it. Yeah, probably. Land, air, and sea combat in the Persian Gulf. 5 maps. 1,500. Getting on for 1,500 counters. Is that a monster? Is that a monster, Hex?
Yeah. Well, I would say.
How many maps?
He
5.
said he was there. Hey,
5 maps?
Yeah,
Oh, hell
he
yeah,
was
that's a monster.
Yeah.
It's gotta be a
Hex
monster.
said he was
because-
there. He doesn't need to play the game. He was there.
I'll make an account especially for you, Hex, and move you about the board. And yeah, that's old Hex there. I'll say. Yeah, so that's that. Again, it's unpunched. It's new, virtually apart from scuffing on the box that you get.
Great. So now you can spend 6 hours punching counters.
Can't wait. Oh. There
Well,
we go.
I'll tell you what. I started really getting in, so I finished my SPQR. I really had fun with that. I can't wait to start another battle, but I have a list that I need to get through. But I really wanted to give a good effort to that 20th Air Force, the solitaire game that I got. I'm playing through a full turn because there's extra stuff you add in as you go farther down the line. I'm enjoying it so far, but I got to get through the whole game so that way when I play it, I want to play it as close to correct as possible.
Yeah, I know you should. Yes, and you said the correct term there, close as possible, because you know us. We think we know it, and then we get comments, don't we? So yeah, but the same here. I'm really enjoying.
How come I don't give any comments about it wrong?
You haven't done any videos, maybe.
No, I got plenty of videos. Nobody ever says, "Oh, you did that wrong," because I don't do things.
Wait a
wrong.
minute. I disagree with you.
Yeah, right.
When you played Tank Duel on your own, you had the designer tell you were playing it wrong and that he would gladly jump on and show us how to play. And by the way, I did not get to say I had a blast.
It was fun.
That was so much fun.
We talked about it last week. Sorry, you weren't here. You don't get to talk about it now. Sorry, we talked about that. That's ancient history. Some of us were here. We get to talk about it. You don't get to talk about it. It was fun, but I don't think I was doing anything wrong. After we played with the designer, I changed some of the way you do things to be dice rolls as opposed to drawing cards, but I was playing it pretty much the same way. I might have missed a rule, but I didn't do anything wrong.
Other than using dice, which you don't use.
Anyway, that was great fun. I did.
Yeah, it was. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to continue on.
Just think, if you hadn't have messed up so bad, Jester, Mike wouldn't have contacted you, and then we wouldn't have played Tank Duel on the old Vassal and had such a cracking time. So thanks to you for messing up there. Otherwise, it wouldn't have happened, would it? Why's it gone quiet?
Because I think we got him.
Yes, and we were hoping to get it back together. And there's one. We got the weakest link.
I did say I can do Tuesdays, I can do Thursdays, I can do Sundays, Saturdays. If you carry on, I'll be able to do Saturdays and all.
Really? Wow.
I don't know. Hex has asked what the sister game is for Golf Strike. To be honest, Jeff, I don't know. Does anybody know if there's a sister game to that?
Yeah, there is. Oh, there or something similar. What is it?
Look at the back. Does it say something about?
No, it just goes on about, because it's operational and strategic as well, this game. You have a strategic map. No, it's got the Desert Shield expansion in it. This is the.
I know there's one. I know there's another golf game. Desert.
Strike.
Oh, Aegean. Yeah, that's it. Thanks, David.
Aegean, yes. Desert
Aegean
Strike in here.
Yep.
But Aegean, yes, Aegean, yeah. Yeah, so there we go. That's all it's turned up.
Yeah, so that was good. All right, so we got a lot of news, we got a lot of events, we got a lot of talking. Who wants to go first?
I'll let Ruff go first because I want to hear his news.
Well, it's came out the blue. David Heath from Lock and Load contacted me and said, "Can I have your address? I want to send you some bits and pieces." I thought, "Oh, lovely, thank you." "And your phone number." I thought, "Hello, what's he up to?" So I gave him that, and a little while later he phoned me twice, saying that he's going to send stuff, and did I have this? Would I like anything? So I gave him a long list. He went quiet, but that's fine. But then he said that. Do you remember when he was talking on here and he said, "I bought the rights to some games and I'll let you know what they are"? One of them he bought some Avalon Hill games. He's bought some of the quad games, the rights to those, but he's also bought the rights, and he wants to reissue The Rise and Decline of the Third Reich, 1974, classic game. Everything is done, but he wants, and he asked me if I would be prepared to look over the rules, collate any optional rules, and look through and see if anything is good, bad, ask people, post and get information on it. So I'm going to ask here first, does anybody have a copy of it, the third edition, that they're willing to let go, either for the cause or at a reasonable price, because then I can get it out and play it and all that. And also, are there any players or people who have played that in the past or are still playing it and have certain rules they use over other ones, and are there certain rules that don't work you feel that you could tell me about? And also, are the rules written in a way that somebody, that's why he's picked me, because if I can understand the rules, anybody can.
Is that why he picked you?
I think so, yeah. So let me know, contact me or talk to us on here. I'll be posting on Board Game Geek, but it's quite exciting that I'm going to get involved in a reissue of a classic 1974 game. Yeah, so thank you, David. There's also told me some things that I can't mention that I'm going to be, it's exciting. Yeah, I'm chuffed. Which is The Rise and Decline of the Third Reich. X.
I can picture the cover art.
Orange box, isn't it?
Yep.
The third edition. It was originally published by SPI. The reason he's got it is that David was saying it's the first game he's ever played, and loves it. And he went to work for Victory Games as well and all that. But everything is done. I think the counters are done. They're not going to change the rules. He said the rules are great, but let's have a look at them. Let's look at optional rules and see if we can collate, get rid of the ones that don't work, so he can produce the sort of ultimate reissue of it. There it is. I've downloaded some rules that I've found, and they're like 80 pages. I think they've got all the optional bits and pieces. So that's the other reason I haven't been able to get online with streaming, is I've got my head stuck in this blooming rule book. But
Jezza One's responded to you. He's got an unwanted copy.
It'll say third edition. See, it's got that red stripe on the bottom left-hand corner. That will say this is the third edition. I think that's the one that David is sort of using. Yeah. If that's the one. But the problem is, Jezza, you're over here, aren't you? So that would be good. But if you're willing, I really don't care. I need to have a look and muck about with it. Yeah, it's a game and a half. So but quite exciting. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. He's sending me the what you got, Jester. That's what I said. The new space one, Space Infantry Federation?
Yeah.
He's sending me that.
Go ahead and take my news away. Go ahead. That's all right.
Fine. There we are. They'll saved you some time.
Saves me some time. I can let Tony get.
Well, I know what Tony's got anyway. Sorry, let me just say I'm being sent Space Federation, Space Infantry Federation, and also the new title from, because they're in cahoots and they print and with that War Game magazine whose name escapes me at the moment.
War Diary. Oh no.
War Diaries. Is it War Diaries?
No. Or maybe it is.
But they print it for them, and they issue games through that magazine, and Lock and Load publish those. So he's sending me their new one. I think Devin has already done an unboxing.
Was that the Bougainville?
Bougainville is sending me that as well.
Yeah, that's War Diaries then.
War Diaries, yes. Yeah. So yeah, and you can get that if you subscribe for a year. You can ask for one. I forget what the name of the games are. They've got a certain name. They're small games, easy to play. So that's been sent, and he's sending me the new Lock and Load tactical counters, admin counters that aren't over here yet. So
ooh, you're going to be the first one
in GB, yeah. Unless Second Chance Game get them before I get mine. So it's going to take a little while. So yeah, very exciting week for me. I'm absolutely chuffed, and thanks to David for. I don't know why, he must be desperate, but thank you. I don't care. Thank you.
The more people, honestly, Ruff, the more people these designers get the hands in the games before they release it, the better. Just because the more eyes on it helps keep the quality, especially Lock and Load has that quality.
He's done everything else. All the play testing, he said, he's not changing the rules. It's all going to be, because he knows the game backwards. He said he knows if there's any. He just wants the rules looked at for to see if it's clarity and any optional rules that might want to be plopped in, and sort of remove the wheat from the chaff from optional rules. I think he wants to do the ultimate re-release of it. So don't worry, it's not going to be a complete rewrite. It's just modernized and streamlined, and all the rough bits chopped off, and the counters will look better as well. So if I do get any info on that or any insight, like here's the counters, I can show everybody and keep everybody up to date with it, because it's a classic game. So yeah, well chuffed. That's the most I've talked for the yonks.
Oh, well, that's what you said last week.
I do. I know.
Well, I would have news, but somebody decided to spoil my news.
Sorry.
I got a copy of Space Infantry Federation. I could tell, I want to thank Lock and Load, David Heath, for sending this to me. I really appreciate it. I would have loved to be able to share this information with you, but somebody just stole my thunder. Well, so I don't get to enjoy my.
You've got it. I'm going to wait.
Well, don't get to enjoy it. Thanks, Ruff.
That's all. You're welcome. Oh, Jezza, just to say, yeah, contact me. Let me know. Let me know what what the situation is. If you're willing to do that.
And now Tony's got a package.
Yes. And I've decided whenever I get a game, I'm going to place blame at somebody else's feet, because it usually is. In this case, it's completely Ruff's fault.
What have I done now?
And the funny thing is you actually guessed it. Don't say it.
No. Zoom him up. Make him big so we can see what he's got. Or not. Okay.
It's Frederick.
Frederick, the Great Crisis of Frederick II. I had somebody had mentioned it for the point-to-point, and I remembered that you did a playthrough through it, Ruff, so I started watching that.
Yeah.
And it seems to be solo friendly, which is really nice.
You've got some yeah.
And what's interesting, it's from Volca, which is in Germany. And I bought it from their website because nobody around here has it, but it came from Texas.
It might be, what do they call those people that ship stuff?
Yeah,
So-
yeah. It's like their subsidiary here or whatever here in the U.S. So I thought it was going to take weeks to get over here because I thought it'd be coming over from across, over in Europe. But no, it comes from Denton, Texas. So I was like, sweet.
They've
And
all
it
been
came
on top of them.
today, which I thought was perfect. I purposely did not open it once I got it. So I plan on doing playthrough eventually of it. But I like the dice, the way the dice rolling is. I like how it's sixes hits. It's not like getting odds. There's no odds going to it. That's not a CTR or anything like that, CRT. So I'm kind of interested in how it goes because, it seems like an interesting. And I don't know much about the time period either.
No.
So, and that's always something that gets me into games and stuff is to find something I don't know about, and find a game or something to do that. So I really, So between you and Kilroy was here, I ended up with 2 new games this week. So.
Oh, you got No Retreat as well, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, I have the Russian French.
And no, I'm sorry. Elastic bands held there. How very dare you, young man?
Oh, they're already sleeved. That's the funny part. I just did that to move it out of the way. Yeah. And when they're like that, they're okay to throw rubber bands because they're still crisp and they're still like squared off. So, but I wanted to keep them separated that way. But I definitely do that. Tony, I am not wearing a bib. I am wearing a Alexander Hamilton hoodie. So, just. But the other news I wanted to talk about real quick is if you watched Whiskey Charlie, Consim World has a new community site. And talking with Jester, I will be setting up a TAC-UP wargaming group for that. So those that don't want to be on Facebook, it's a community. It looks like Facebook. Thanks, Matt. So I will be getting that set up. I talked with John Kranz, so I'll be setting that up. I absolutely love it. It's really nice. You do have to set up an account to get into it. So for those of you that are worried about, privacy and stuff like that, you don't have to worry about that. That's funny, Matt.
Yes, it was.
So I wanted to get that news out, and so that way, we have different options because the more people that want to do it. So I'll be putting that up, and I'll put up a link eventually. John Kranz has to set it up, so it's moderated very well. He does a great job with it, and I've actually been using that more than Board Game Geek recently for war games. He does a great job with that. So, that'll be set up within the weekend.
So it's like Facebook just for war gamers.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they have a reputation counter, so who's posting a bunch of stuff and who it's good stuff generally. I think Roger B. McGowan is like the number one poster right now, which if you followed him when he was on Facebook, he puts out tons of stuff and little things here and there. So, but I would recommend it very highly. It's private public. I've seen you on there. So definitely check it out. And it's really cool. And I'll put the link on the TAC-UP Wargaming Facebook page once it gets set up so you guys can check it out.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, we have our own Facebook group called TAC-UP Wargaming. If you want to be a member, you can apply. And if you send us enough money, then we'll let you in. So there you go. And of course, we have all kinds of information. We link everybody's videos and talk about all wargaming stuff. There's no special frills or anything, but it's pretty cool. Lots of pictures, lots of good guys in there talking about stuff and just sharing what they do and asking questions or whatever. So Tack Up Wargaming on Facebook and soon to be on ComSim World. So thanks to Tony for that.
Yeah, well
Yeah,
done.
and I'll be running that, so I'll be the moderator in that one to let Jester take care of the Facebook, so he doesn't have to worry about 500 different things. So, but we seem to have a good group here, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect anything different.
Well done.
Cool. So whiskey, you brought up Whiskey Charlie, right?
Mhm.
So last week we had Mo interview for Tony's spot. And after the show, me and Ruff talked for a little while and we decided he talks as much as you. We might as well just keep you.
Better the devil you know than the devil you don't.
Yeah, I guess. It's like, damn, man. Holy cow, we can't have two. We can't have two Tonys, so one's got to go. So I think we had to null and void the contract with Mo at this time. So Mo went back to his other group, and hopefully,
The two Marines and the Crocodile Hunter.
Yeah. I've actually been in contact with the Gimpy. And I think he's going to try and come on our show because we've had Big Board Gaming, we've had Mo, we just haven't had Gimpy yet. So I think we're going to try to have him show up one of these weeks.
And I think
sometime if you just come by and we got room or space or time, we'll just have him join. But
I think Mo's going to threaten to bring us on to Whiskey Charlie one day. So
that could be
after we had him on, you notice he had his live show, which we were talking about. We were broadcasting. We were letting everyone know. Did he even mention our show?
I got mentioned.
You got mentioned, but our show didn't get mentioned. Our time, nothing. Hey, you guys be sure to check it. No, nothing. We promoted his show. We talked about his show. We tried to send viewers over to his show. And then what? He backstabbed us, man. He left us stranded.
Well, that's certainly something we can bring up if and when he's a fool enough to invite us onto Whiskey Charlie. Yeah, we can bring that up, can't we?
That's crazy. He could have said, I was on the War Room this week. Great guys, blah, blah, blah. He didn't say nothing. Shame on you, Mo. Shame for shame.
He's a busy man. He had things on his mind.
I guess. So I was kind of disappointed that they didn't even mention our show, talk about us or anything. So now I guess, he came in, he was trying to spy on our show to find out what we do, how we do things. And now they're going to go back to his show and change how they do things.
Well, what is it? When they copy somebody is the sincerest form of flattery. So, what's that you got there, Tony? Oh, it's a ruler. Why?
It's on my desk. I fiddle.
Hold on, let me fiddle as well then. Mine's see-through.
Oh my gosh. So
are you sure about keeping me on?
I'm thinking about getting rid of both of you.
I don't blame you. Anyway.
Yeah, well, Ruff, you know what? If he kicks us off, we'll just start our own show.
Do you know what? That's crossed my mind more than once. But anyway, no joking. What are you doing? I'm still I'm loving this, even though I'm just.
I've been watching it. It's been pretty entertaining.
Oh, good. That's good. So, but I'm enjoying. It's really, even though it's the basic game, and the standard rules are 65 pages long.
Did you really like it, Ruff?
Yeah, I can't. Yes, the AI on that has a mind of its own, because if you watch the video, the other formation of light ships were, for some reason, told to go the other way, and we're going, that's great. But you'll see in the next installment that weirdly something happens and back they come. It's weird. It's like, as I say, somebody been shouting down the radio at them. What are you doing? Turn around. And they do. It's great. It is great fun. It is. Yeah. There we go.
It's good.
So what you guys been up to? playing wise?
Just opening my new package that you ruined, but
All right. Like,
I finished up
I've been busy doing other things. So, I had the big hard drive failure the other day.
oh yeah, how'd you get on with that?
Terrible. I've literally got nothing. I've got literally nothing installed on my computer.
I thought you clicked and got it all sorted. This is what you need. They said order it here, and you did it. No.
This is all I got. I
Oh,
used to have pages and pages and pages and stuff. That's all I got.
well, it should be faster now.
You would think, but
Oh,
so I was dealing with that situation and put the new drive in. Lost all my stuff. Most of it I had backup copies, but so now I got to reinstall Vassal. I got to reinstall all that other stuff. I mean, you just don't know until it's all gone, and then you're like, and I haven't had the energy to be messing with that stuff. So I just, I've been cleaning, kind of sorting through my stuff, trying to figure out what I'm going to get rid of, what I'm going to keep, because I think I am going to get rid of some stuff here. I got too much stuff that I'm not going to be using for a while, and so I've been going through that, organizing all that stuff. So I haven't had much time to play anything.
oh well, things happen. And Tony said, David says, thanks for your SPQR videos, Tony. Yes, thank you. Because now when I get Cataphract out, I don't have to read the rules.
I kind of sat there, and so I finished that up, and I kind of called it because I had messed some stuff up that would have dramatically shortened the game. So I actually prolonged the game, which was kind of fun because I learned a lot. And John Haley, who is actually over there on your side of the pond there, Ruff, has been commenting and helping me out as well, pointing out things, and I appreciate that. I'm looking forward to my next battle. So I haven't quite figured out, but I've got a list of other games that I need to get on the table first. I'm working on the 20th Air Force, which is the bombing of Japan. It's the solitaire game, the Kickstarter game that I had gotten a couple weeks ago. I've got it on the table. I'm about halfway through my learning game. It's just the way I've learned I have to play most of the game, or in this case, I'd have to play the whole game because of the way you add stuff to it as the turns go. So at the beginning, it's real easy. You don't have much to take out. But as the turns get farther and farther down in the months get farther, it actually you have to manage more flights, but also more targets as well. So, the first part's pretty easy. I'm starting to add a little bit more onto it. But the turns are taking less than 20 minutes. So once probably by the end of this game, I'll have the sequence of play down by that point, and I'll be able to do it pretty easily. So I'm thinking first couple videos will be longer just to get through the rules and explain a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I'll just start chucking through the turns left and right, because it seems like if I were to be able to do it from start to finish, which I don't have that attention span. I'm about 1 to 2 hour guy, attention span, 2 hours usually max. I could probably have it done in about 4 hours if I were to sit down and play through from beginning to end, and maybe cut it down to 3 depending on how things go. But it's one of those. It's you got one way to win and about 5 different ways to lose. Kind of the typical solitaire, easy to lose, but to get a good win, it's a pain in the ass. Yeah.
Well, that's how it should be. I'm looking forward to it. Private Public has asked, is Brexit impacting my gaming with deliveries and things? It's weird. Second Chance Games, who over here is sort of my main way of getting stuff, have said that people like MMP are putting stuff on hold because of delivery issues and taxes and VAT. Now, VAT, value-added tax, is an EU, which is what I can't understand, you see. We've left the EU, and VAT is an EU tax imposed on us. We've now left the EU, so we should have got rid of VAT VAT, value-added tax. But no, the government has suddenly realised, oh, that's a good little bit of income there. So we still got VAT for some reason. So people at MMP, I think, are waiting to see what happens. However, good news, I think, if I read it rightly from what they said, that the GMT P500s are as they are. So hopefully those 57 games I've got on P500 will
That's it, just 57.
will be coming through. Will be coming through.
I was
Okay.
going to say that's one of the things I was going to cover was the
Okay,
fact
there we go.
that,
We could say
we haven't actually gone through this for a couple episodes now, but we now have a few different games at the printer. Still at the printer, nothing at the charging and final production.
I know 2 of those are going to be charging at the beginning, sometime next week.
it's February, aren't they? Yeah.
Which ones?
Bayonets, Tomahawks, and Bayonets, and I think it's the Samurai Wars or Samurai Battles.
Command
And-
Code Samurai? Yeah.
And if I read the newsletter right, they are bringing forward games that I've got on P500, which I'm looking forward. And you've already got, Jester, one of them. They're bringing the Panzer games forward to be printed in February, and MBT as well. So I'm
Wow.
looking, even though they've not reached the numbers, if I read the newsletter right, they haven't reached the numbers, but in the newsletter they said they're bringing those into the printer in February.
The Panzer ones?
Yeah, the ones you got. Yeah,
Yeah.
that. Yep, and MBT.
I need 1 and 2. I've got 3 and 4. I need 1 and 2.
Or get them because they're going there. If I
I've
read
got them. I've got them pre-ordered.
right, they should be coming through in the next few months, shall we say?
I've got Samurai Battles. I've got Storm Above the Reich and The Dark Summer Normandy 1944.
Those are the 2 I've got as well. Skies and Dark Summer. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious about the Bayonets and Tomahawks. I'm
Yeah, I know
really
you
looking
got that one, right?
because I'm thinking it's looking at the counters. Most of them may be pre-rounded already. Kind of like the
Wait, what?
no retreat. Looks like some of them may be pre-rounded. Not all of them.
We
But
are causing change.
yes.
I've got
Did you
nothing.
see my no retreat? They're all pre-rounded, and they're big too. That's what I liked about them. They're good size. But
They
then again,
listen
you're
to the
mostly
people.
doing
They
armies.
listen to the people, which is me.
And they need to be bigger because we don't need to use these all the time. My old doddery old eyes. So you're quite right, Jezza. They won't abandon it.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about the
It's
money.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a temporary tax.
Look at that, 2,262 for Mr. President. That's
I
gonna
want
be
that
a-
game so badly.
That's going to be a big print run there. And the other one that's going to be a big print run is this one right here, the Pacific War, 2,169.
That is a monster game.
I
Let's go
didn't.
through the ones that haven't made it yet and see if we can push our games over the top, guys. Let's see. What do I have? What do you guys have from the not made it there yet list?
I've got the unconditional surrender mounted boards and the Western campaigns.
Oh, it's almost there. 6 people short, boys. 6 people short.
I've ordered all the wing leaders on your recommendation, Jester.
Okay, good.
Not. What have I got there? Dominant species. No.
And Conqueror's only got
Oh,
66.
no, it's not there. There's a new one that's just made it about the resistance. Alexander, I've got, and Hoplite. MBT, yeah. I've got the 2 next.
Yeah, reprint of Liberty or Death. If you guys could order that, that would be great. Of course, the Panzer ones, but you say they're, even though they haven't made it, they're going to send news up the ladder. That would be good.
Yeah.
A lot of reprints, they'll do that after they get a certain number because they know people will buy them afterwards.
Yeah.
I really don't have much. I do have the Barbarossa de Berlin. That was at the bottom there, but
The
Oh,
one that Jester played.
yeah.
yeah. I got that in pre-order too. Just because copy I've got, so the original version, and some of the cards have been misprinted, and
Right.
although the version I did get actually had the updated cards, so I don't know. It's
Yeah,
kind of weird.
Coaching on the road to Leningrad. I want that one. That's not doing
One?
too.
Oh,
That
this
one
one,
there. Yeah,
208. Yeah.
that looks good.
Here's Next War Taiwan, second printing for Poland, Taiwan.
It's going to cost me a fortune. I was hoping that it'd all fall, to pieces once we left the EU, but no. Evidently, GMT and Second Chance Games have gone. Let's not worry about it. Let's just carry on as before,
Yeah, well, they should.
and that's great.
Let's see the ones that just made the. Oh, here's our man right there, Mike Butticelli there that did Tank Duel. We'll get the Wolfpack one and mess that up and make him come play with us.
Well, he wants to play that with us now, so we'll find a time maybe. I'd love to play Tank Duel again, so I can get a new tank and blow Jester's hat off. So,
Not gonna happen, you know that.
but yeah, Mike.
You gotta run back, get your new tank, and then come back. By the time you come up, then I'm gonna shoot you again.
I
So.
couldn't get into cover. Anyway, if you've not seen the video, go and watch it. It's quite funny. But Mike did say he'd like us to play Wolfpack with him before it comes out, so that would be good.
I got both of the expansion one
Yep.
and this one pre-ordered.
I have the Salerno 43, which is another of the Simoniches games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got that.
Yeah, 1,300 people. A lot of people on that one.
Yeah, it's a small
Yeah.
map, as well, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's a 22x34. I've got Normandy as well, Normandy 44, because I want to get into these Simonich.
Yeah.
You'll like them. They're not that hard of a rule set. They're really not.
What are you saying? I hear you.
Okay,
No,
they're not 68 pages for a basic game.
Oh, I
Let's put that.
know. But I'm looking forward to them, and then get the rest as and when.
A lot of people think when you say, "Oh, it's not that complex of a game," means it's a simple game.
No,
And that's
it's
not true. No.
some people can read rules and take them in. It's relative.
Yeah, but
I don't
also
think-
a lot of times those simpler rules have a deep nuance to them.
Strategy-wise, yeah.
Yeah.
But as
I
I
did
said,
pre-order that, Jester.
what's that?
The
Oh,
CDT
that,
polling
yeah.
system.
But you see, those games, unfortunately, it's just, yeah. One man's meat, another man's poison, isn't it? So,
I used the solo system on.
I know why he doesn't like them, because I would have to actually think.
probably, I have to read stuff as well on the cards.
You got to read, you got to think, you got to plan ahead, you got to
Knocking people.
make a decision on things. I don't think that's going to be much for you.
No, it's too much. I just want to roll dice and like tiddly. That's why I like tiddlywinks.
Hex, I have both of those, by the way, Into the Woods and the U.S. Civil War. I have both of those. I actually did a little small amount of pre-testing, pre-playing for Into the Woods, but me and my buddy got distracted, so we didn't do much other than that. But we did play a few turns of it, so it looks pretty good.
I can see in my future, even though I'm not a great American Civil War thing, not because it's you guys, isn't it? So are into it. But I do see in my future, maybe, because you get so much in the box, those GMT American Civil War series they do. It's like
The Death Valley would be the one for sure.
yeah, there's so much stuff in it, and I might just say, go on, let's give it a go, because there's so much stuff in it, and I do like games that have. That's why I love the tri-packs that GMT do, because you get so much stuff in them. And I do like a bargain. You know what I'm like? You know, being an Englishman, we do like a bargain. So
the rumor is that they're going to do a tri-pack for 3 of the largest games for the GBACW.
Yeah.
The American Battles of the Great Battles of America.
For Men of Iron series. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be Gettysburg, Antietam, and I can't remember the last one. It's like Death Valley, if I remember right. But it's 3 of the big games. They're all going to come in one box. I won't be getting that because I already have 2 of the 3, and you know I have the updates for them, and I'll never play them.
Are they going to be? They're standalone games that they've put together. They haven't pulled them from other. That's good. Yes, good.
No, it's their 3 standalone Ginners. Yeah. Hey, yeah, Todd's here. Sweet. X to X, Todd. But yeah, so I'll probably I don't know, I might get it.
Yeah.
Just because it needs to sit on my shelf. I will be honest with you, I'm not getting the Pacific War. I'm probably that's probably like blasphemy in this group or to some people, but why spend the money when I'm not going to play it? I already know I'm not going to play it.
But I think there's smaller map scenarios like
I have Empire of the Sun, and if I want to play Pacific, I will play Empire of the Sun. That's just kind of that's a one map, hard mounted map, you know. So it's really well. I don't know. I can't see it. 6 maps, I think, is what it is. 5 or 6 maps, and
I'm never going to be able to play 6 maps, but I might be able to play 3 or 4. So, and it's Mark Herman.
Yeah, I know. It's just I know it's a good price too. It's
I mean, that's the only reason I buy it. I'm never going to freaking play it. I'm never going to spend the time clipping the counters. I won't probably even take the counters out of the box, but I'm buying it because it'll look pretty on my shelf.
And if you don't take the shrink wrap off, there's always that option, isn't there, to move it along at a later stage? Yeah.
Kind of like with my copy of No Time for Trumpets.
Yeah, you see,
in Days of Days.
I knew I wouldn't play it.
I'm going to start being a collector. I'm just going to buy things, keep them, wait 6 years, and then sell them.
99%, David.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean this.
I'll tell you what, though, the Day of Days, and I'm kind of regretting not picking that up when it was so cheap.
I've got a copy, $112.
Nah, not that worth it.
I'll
wait and see if they sell again.
I'll give it to you for $99.
This is my first monster game. I'm not going to be out. Maybe I don't know. There's an operational or strategic level map. There's a lot of them are 2 mappers though, so that's a good thing. But yeah, Time for Trumpets, love it, but it'll like just sit on my shelf if there aren't any 1 or 2 or 3 mappers on it, you know.
Yeah, and but I was been watching Todd's play of a couple of the scenarios they have on the Day of Days, and now I'm like, man. But is it because I'm excited because I'm watching it play? So Todd's brought this up before about some of these monster games, and that a lot of times you see them at, particularly there's a con we went to and we were watching the Goss system, and he went and bought a whole bunch because he saw the guys playing it.
That's SCS, isn't it? SCS.
And SCS, yeah. It's the Normandy. It's like 5 maps.
Yeah.
You could get the copy in shrink wrap. Ooh.
Oh, God, he's doing a Todd.
Look at that.
Yeah, you're right, Private Public.
Brand new. Look at that. Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
I got to make my money back from what Todd did to me. So
let it lie, would he?
Yeah, I've been reading the rules again for Charlemagne, Masters of Europe. because I wanted to play it again. And then I realized it wasn't on the list of me wanting to play it, so I've kind of put that on the back burner.
Yeah, we've got to play these. I mean, that list we did in the new year.
Yeah.
Have you gone, oh no, I want to play this now instead?
So I went from a list of 10 to a list of 20 that I want to play this year.
But you're not going to get
10 or the 10 we talked about.
Yeah.
And then 11 through 20, and it's probably going to go up even farther with
You're
that.
not going to get 20.
Let me see that list.
You're not going to get 20.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's clear.
did you have your wife write that, or did you write that? Oh, my
I wrote
God.
that. I've been working on my penmanship.
I see that, Mister. I'm from 1772.
Well, that's how all kids in Britain write, because that's how we're taught, you see.
Because they use fountain pens.
Yeah.
And I use fountain pens now. Yes, 1776. Yes, I'm okay with that.
But
Here's me writing an L.
done with finesse.
It's gonna have like 12 curls and 16 lines and everything. That's crazy.
So here's the battles for Charlemagne, how battles work. The nice thing with Charlemagne, I could probably do it in 2 videos. It's quick enough. 2, 3 videos. So I might still do that next. But I got Mrs. Thatcher's War out, and
I want that. Yeah.
I'm starting to bust through those rules. They're a little cramped. The rules are, so I really have to kind of dig them out. So,
but that list of 10, I think I'll do my best. But games are getting, I think, oh no, maybe I should have said that. So it may change. I'm going to do as many as possible.
Oh, yeah. The list doesn't change. What you play might change, but the list ain't changing.
No, and it's who plays the most, yeah?
No, it's just at the end of this year, we'll go through our game of shame, and you'll have to explain to everyone why you didn't play this game, when at the end of last year, you said, oh, I'm so excited to play this game. I can't wait.
Things, but all right, okay. But you know how long it takes me to make a video. So I'll do my best.
At least 6 months. We're still waiting on a video
stream. But the reason I was people have joined, now. The reason I haven't streamed, I was getting all ready for it. I've got the camera set up and I'm looking at it. Yeah, and then I think, oh no, I've got to use something to stream with. So I've got to learn Streamlabs OBS. I think I'll use that rather than OBS Studio. So that's going to take a couple of days to learn. And also because of the news I got from Lock and Load, that they're reissuing the classic Avalon Hill game, 1974, The Rise and Decline of the Third Reich. And I've been asked to just look over rules. They're not going to change, just look over the sort of clarity of the rules and any optional rules that have been out there since its conception, and sort of collate them, get rid of the ones that don't work, and get in contact with people on here, on Facebook, on BGG, to get the pros and cons of what they'd like to see in the rules. Everything is done, so I'm quite excited about that. But I've got to work my way through rules, and hopefully, if I can chat with Jezza and we can come to some agreement, I can get a copy of the game to actually do a working thing through. So yes, it has put back some stuff. I hope it doesn't too much, but I'm not going to, what a great, thank you, David. What a great thing to be asked to do. So there we go.
Very nice. Yeah. Super cool.
Yeah.
I guess he doesn't realize it takes you months to get the videos out, but yeah, good on him.
No, he did tell me why he's picked me, but I'm not going to tell you. So.
Really? Okay, I know why he picked you. I know why he picked you, because he already emailed me before he called you. he had already talked to me about things, so I'm like, no, I have no interest. Maybe some scruff like Ruff would take up your project.
And that's the word to use.
Because Ruff loves everything. All you have to do is tell him it's
that was the words he used. That's rough.
Ah.
Rough.
I said rough will be all over that. Just say it's a war game. I need your help, and he'll be like, "I love it! Oh my god, I love it!"
Anyway, a great day. Yes, the rise and decline of the Third Reich, 1974, Avalon Hill reprint, lock and load.
A great day. You were asking about solo plays. What was that for? To my list that I wrote? Yes, they would be solo plays. Yeah. Well, if I play a two-player, I'm okay with that too.
If
But
somebody wants to be kind enough to send Rough the game, that would be awesome. Really help us out. If you know somebody that's getting rid of a copy, wants to ship it over to Rough,
It'll go to a good home, but
I promise you this: he'll get at least one video out in the next year about it. So,
if at all.
Crumpets in combat. I love it, Hex.
Nothing wrong with crumpets. Crumpets.
Okay, so what is a crumpet?
A crumpet is a flattish. It's about so thick, and you have them toasted. They've got like bubble. Well, they're a bit like bagels, as we call them over here. Bagels, you call them over there. Yeah, they're sort of boiled, aren't they? And then you toast them. Crumpets are a little bit like that, and they've got. I think they're yeast based because there's lots of little holes in the top. They're about that thick, and you toast them, and you put butter on them, and you put jam. You put what you like on them. They are slightly chewy, like bagels, and yeah, nice. But the quintessential English tea time nibble. Tiffin. You have it with tiffin.
What the hell's that?
Tiffin? That goes back to the old Empire days in India. Where
he's talking about English muffins. That's what he's talking about.
Oh, is that what you call it? No, muffins over here are those big things that.
Yeah, but our English muffins are kind of flat.
They've got lots of holes in the top of them, yeah?
Yeah.
When you cut them
open, they're like.
Yeah.
No, you don't open them. You just put them in the toaster or grill them and take them out. You turn them over if you put them in the grill, and you don't cut them open like a bagel. Good grief! You're not cutting open our crumpets, are you? No.
It sounds like what we call English muffins when you open them up because it's
no. You don't. See, you haven't got it. No. Hold on. What's that? That's a crumpet there. That's a crumpet.
Okay.
It's an English muffin, folks. That's what it is.
So there you go. Even you have to call it an English muffin, don't you? So there you go. That don't look like a crumpet.
Like a pumpkin.
No, that doesn't look like a crumpet. No, that doesn't.
I knew that, Jezza.
That looks a little bit. So then you don't know how to make it. Look, they're just not quite right. Jez will tell you.
Crumpet.
Look like it.
The small griddle cake made from the unsweetened batter of milk and water, flour, and yeast, eaten in the United Kingdoms and the Republic of Ireland, Canada, New Zealand, and Australia.
You see, they know their crumpets too.
And there's one with David.
There you go. There's your crumpet.
Right there. There's your crumpet, boys.
Strawberry jam. Straight out the toaster or straight out the grill. Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry, private public. I apologize. I should take.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
We're trying to educate the people. If they can't accept it, that's their fault.
No, quite right. You start me off, wind me up, and off I go. You know, crumpets. But anyway.
David. Obviously, David's from that side of the pond.
Anyway, back to war games.
Just so everyone knows, we're going to stop literally at 5:45. I got to be off by 5:45. So if I got to go, it's going to be a quick ending, and then I've got to go. So I'm just letting everyone know ahead of time so you guys can plan around it.
Okay.
Well, I mean, usually the reason I'm bringing this up now is because usually I say, oh, well, I guess we're going to be done here in a couple minutes. And like between Ruff babbling and Tony babbling, it's like 12 minutes later. And I'm like, I got to go. And you guys keep wanting to talk. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah. Okay. So.
Hey, I missed, like, I think I was having withdrawal last Saturday. Not being on. I even had to jump in when I had.
I noticed that. Hello.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, you have to stop and say hi. Okay, I got it back to family, but I really enjoy. So yeah. So I was having withdrawal.
Didn't you want to bring up a subject to talk about?
Yeah, I did actually. Although nobody responded to my email, I appreciate that. Hey, Heathwell's in the house.
Who cares? Go ahead.
Okay, so I came up with this, and we've all played solitaire war games. Matter of fact, Ruff is playing one right now. I'm playing one, but I haven't videoed it yet. And Jester's playing. My thing was, what makes a good solitaire war game? You know, what criteria do you think make it? So, because I was looking at, there's two different real types of games. There's the narrative-driven, such as the Hunters, where you really don't, you kind of roll dice to see what happens more than actually making a lot of choices. And then there's like and I'm gonna regret saying this, but there's like Rommel and Napoleon, where you have a lot of choices. And so what do you guys think makes a good, I like both. I'm a Ruff on this case. I like both. But do you prefer one or the other? Or what do you think makes it?
I think a good solitaire game should be playable by at least 4 people. Having said that, no, you're right. If it's a narrative-driven game, that's great. But I know you disagree, Jester, that all games have a certain amount of narration into them where you lose yourself. Otherwise, you wouldn't play them. But you're quite right. Games like The Hunters, Silent Victory, and Target for Today, Tonight, those sort of things, you're basically at the mercy of the dice. You're just throwing dice. But because of the content, because of the way you lose yourself in the game, I don't mind that. I know some people don't. You know, you're just throwing the dice for the AI. I completely understand it, but I love those games. There are other games like, as you say, Rommel and the other Field Commander ones, and to a certain extent the leader games from DVG and RAF, and this one where you have to make decisions on what your ships are doing. For instance, the AI controls the Japanese, of course, but you have to sort of try and see what you think is going to happen, where these ships are going to go. So you have to decide what maneuver you're doing. Are they putting down? Oh, yeah, Stratomatic submarines. Yeah. So yeah, there's 2 types of games. For me, a game, a good solitaire game, has to make me lose myself, regardless of whether it's dice chucking for the sake of the AI or me having to make decisions. The rules are important. Solitaire rules are very important to be clear, because when you play a face-to-face game, if you're both reading the rules, then you can bounce off, or how many people are playing. You can all bounce off and sort the rules out if you've misread something and the other guys and girls say, no, it means this. So there's that. So the rules are going to be just right. And there are some solitaire games which are great, but the rules aren't that particularly well written. But having said that, I don't play many. Well, the Tank Duels we played online with Mike Berticelli the other day was the first face-to-face game I've played in absolute ages. And I tell you what, the fun I got out of that was incredible, but it was a completely different fun to me playing a solitaire game. I have great fun playing solitaire games. I come away thinking, yeah, it was brilliant. But I tell you, it's a different kettle of fish when you play face to face, and you're laughing and you're joking and you're bouncing off each other, and people are taking the mick. So yeah, solitaire games. That's my take on solitaire games. But hey ho, playing face to face is just as much fun and completely different fun to playing solitaire games. Not one is better. Does that make sense?
Yeah, completely. What about you, Jester?
Um,
And let's put it this way.
I don't feel narrative in any of my war games, really, to be honest. I mean, there's a little bit, but not much. I think, I can't get away from it's all hex encounters, and, a leader, even if it's named, like certain systems have leaders that are named. Leader dies, he dies. He just for me, he's just a chit. So for me, a good solitaire game is just one that has a good, what I would call like a good rhythm to it that you can get into and play it. It's not one of these ones that you're looking up rules or dragged down by trying to do a bunch of micromanagement and things like that. Something you can get in, and when you're getting it and you keep going and keep going and keep going, you can play it and like, holy cow, I got like 5 turns done. Ooh, that's awesome, because you're just in the flow of it. So I would say the flow of a good flow to the game, and something that's not overly complex. That's kind of what I think drives solitaire for me.
And I'll just say that A Grade Dave's made a good point. Are you creating narrative or riding a narrative ride? Yes, things like the Hunters come into both of those things. I get exactly what he's saying. And solitaire games of a certain type are that you actually ride the ride that the game is giving you out the box. Whereas some other solitaire games, you completely make up that story, like you did with the Hunters, Jester, and the research you did. You then have created that narrative. So both, but a good point there. I agree. Yeah.
It's just, I look at my solitaire games and I'm sitting there going, what makes me want to play these? Is it just because it's solitaire and I generally don't have a lot of face-to-face time? Because a lot of times I'll play like one turn, I get 15 minutes, 30 minutes here or there. And so I can knock out it's hard for me to actually schedule time for face-to-face with family and life and everything. You guys know how that works out. Ruff has a great idea of how that works out, apparently. But, I'm playing this game and I'm really enjoying it, but I see it more as this one's more of a goal. I don't really see the narrative driven in it so much. And I think it's because it's so operational or so out, it's not one B-29. It's, squadrons and groups of B-29s going after Japan in World War II. And then I go to something like the Charlemagne game, because those are two definitely very different. Both of them have tons of choices, but I feel like with the Charlemagne game, even though it's kind of big because it's all of Europe, I feel that it's still more narrative. You have Charlemagne and all his minions doing stuff, so you still kind of have this individual person. And it just came up to me. It's like, what do you guys think makes a great solitaire game? I know, people I've talked to, other gamers, Mitch Lance has even said this, that he doesn't like the solitaire games. Kev didn't, but now he does. So he played, he doesn't like the Hunters, but he likes the Phantom Leader from DBG. And I think a lot of the leaders, you're choosing your choices are in the beginning. It's the prep. And then you're kind of running it, the actual mission, kind of the IAF, Air Force. You're choosing the pilots, you're choosing the planes, and you're choosing the armaments, but you're kind of choosing small choices on the actual mission. But mainly you're letting that run through. So that's kind of a mix between the two of choices and narrative driven. You kind of get both. So, but I don't get attached to characters like what you said, Jester. When they die, it just sucks. Depending on like if you needed them or not.
That's the thing. Oh damn, I'm gonna miss this 9-2 ASL leader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was playing ATS 2 weeks ago. God, it was that long ago. And I had an LT light anti-tank rifle hit a truck, which is miraculous in itself. It actually penetrated through the truck, but did 0 damage.
Let me guess, it was a bad roll.
Yeah. Like I needed a 7 or less to do some damage to kill this truck, and I rolled a 9.
You throwing a bad die roll?
Yeah, I know, right? Or pulling a card, with the wrong number on it. I need a 74 or less. 76. I pulled a 76 card. And that's where the face-to-face is so much fun. But as I was playing the solitaire, and it's funny because I was doing this with the SPQR, it's so funny how my mind switches between the sides. Maybe that's a mental issue, but that's beside the point. But when I switch to the other sides, I'm like, yes, I got him. And then I do it, and then like the next group battles, and then I'm like, yes, I got him. And like it's like I'm like cheering for both sides. It's it's
that's how you should play a solo, playing solo. That's how you should play it. You're otherwise, if you're playing one side, that side is always going to win because the other side aren't going to play as well psychologically. You've got to, darn right. I even like Tiddlywinks. There you go. But yes, you've got to be able to switch and look at things, and that's the fun of playing solo as well. A lot of people can't do that. Yeah, and that's the thing as well about solo games. The amount of narration or the amount you're immersed is up to you. As long as you enjoy the game, that's the whole idea. Some people like Steeler Fan will sit and name all their officers, all the crew. It's like I did when I played Target for Today. And you do get it. I got attached to them because they're doing 24, 25 missions and they're making it through. And that was a close one because, you're losing people you've had for a long time in gameplay terms. But other people play it, don't give a monkeys about who dies. They're just trying to get their 24, 25 missions.
What was the name of that gunner that I blew into smithereens when I took out your tank? What was his name?
Do you know what? That's the thing. You say, I need to draw a card. I need to get under this or over that. I can't remember what it was now. And I just couldn't. When you turn it over, the actual groan from me and the cheers from the rest of your team were like deafening. But that's the thing, isn't it? That's the difference between playing face-to-face and playing solo. Not to say I don't groan and swear and
here's Tony's replacement. He finally decided to show up. Blast Pop.
Bad solo game beats a good day at
work. Yeah, that's good. See, I keep thinking Tony replacement because he's got good comments every time too.
Got a lot of experience and playtester. I keep saying it. Playtester on the game I'm playing at the moment. Tokyo Express. Yeah.
I was just wondering what the gunner was that I took his head off. What was his name? I forget.
Open Group and Hafesen von Studenmeyer Ryan Express.
Rough. Yeah. Known as Rough. Yes, it blew my hat off. Yes, it did.
I mean, you were just saying about how you name all your people. So.
Yeah, but that was me in the tank and my crew. Yeah. So, but that's a little different because you're controlling a whole platoon or a whole group of tanks and you're just focusing down on that one. And that got blown up and you go, oh, damn. Okay, let's look at this one now. So you focus on that one.
Yeah, for me, I like solo better than, or wait, how do I want to put this? Solitaire better than solo.
Yeah.
Where I play both sides. Yeah.
Okay.
So I like solitaire better than solo anyway. So because I don't want to play one side and then have the AI run the other side, because I'd rather just do it myself, I guess.
Yeah, and I do too. But some of the next game I'm hoping might do that's on my list is Nations at War, and I'll probably be using the solo assistant. A lot of people say, "Oh, it doesn't do much. You might as well play it both sides." But the way I think is that, and I think OG said similar things, was that when it plays something, it plays stuff you would do anyway because it's the best thing to do, or it will do something out of the ordinary and you think, oh, I'd never do that, that's a bit naff. But it's not you playing the opposition, it's somebody else playing the opposition, i.e. the cards, and they may well make that move because they're looking ahead to see if this works, that tactic is going to be successful. So I'm going to give them another go. I think they work better. The Nations at War and World at War 85 solo assistant works better, I think, with the World at War. But I'm going to give it another go with Nations at War just to annoy people who don't like it, basically. And it is very Marmitey. They're completely yes or no on it. There's no sort of middle. I like it. If anything that takes strain off the brain, I love. But yeah, I'm going to give it another go. Bit of Nations at War, and I'm going to be using it when I do Lock and Load Tactical, because let's see if it wins. That's what I said. An assistant, yeah. So you can override it. If it does do something that you think, no, not even somebody who's never played a war game would do that, then you can override it. If a unit's going to assault a stack of enemies, what's that supposed to mean, Matt? What's that supposed to mean? If a single unit's going to attack a stack and assault a stack, you go, no, that's silly.
Yeah, I agree with that. I really do.
Yeah. If a game winners, yeah.
And I'm laying in bed thinking about it before I go to bed. Yeah, that's a good game right there.
And it's always that move or that die roll.
You know what a really good game is, Tony? Especially in the shrink wrap.
Drink that.
Yeah.
You better smell the box.
Look at that. Oh, new smell.
The smell of cardboard. Hate it when you do that with a used game. It's like, oh.
Yeah, the game that you sent me was all.
Oh, no, it wasn't.
Oh, moldy, missing pieces.
Yeah. Musty, damp smell with the tinge of cigar smoke. Yeah.
No, it smelled like baby diapers or something. I don't know what he had. I think he had it on in his downstairs when he was changing his kids' diapers or something. I don't know.
I haven't changed a diaper in probably 6 years.
Well, that's probably what got the game.
What the hell was.
Hey, Blast Pop, you've been playing more hunters than Ruff has.
Yeah, Wardrobe, I've enjoyed watching it. That map is pretty sweet looking too. I didn't realize how colorful that map was. And it's fun watching the two guys, you and whoever else it was, playing the same scenario and looking to see how different the map was. I thought that was unique. That was a unique perspective.
Yeah, that was clever. Yeah.
Absolutely. So we got about 20 minutes or so. What's coming up for you guys? Anything important? I mean, Tony, are you going to be available next week, or do we have to check your calendar?
I gotta check my calendar. I think my publisher.
What we talked about at the beginning, because we have a lot of people that weren't here for that. Why don't you kind of go over that again?
Well, me?
No, Tony.
That's good because they were talking over each other. I couldn't hear what was going on. Right, Tony, go.
Yeah, no, it was my book signing went pretty. No, it was my father-in-law's birthday, and
No, I don't care about that. I'm talking about the ComSim world stuff.
oh yeah, the Consim World. Yeah, so and actually, I will be setting up a community for Attack Up Wargaming. So for those of you that don't do Facebook, this will be a way to communicate with Facebook or with the group. We're putting up the an easy way. Consim World it's a new community site. I'm not talking about the forums, which are like I don't want to get into that part because that's from the 90s and everybody knows that. But their community site is a lot like Facebook, but it's all war games. There's nothing but war games on there. And I will be setting up a Tack Up Wargaming group for that. I will be kind of running that one. I just got a message from John Krantz. I'm set up to do that now, so I'll get that taken care of. And I have it set up, and I will put a link to that in the comments on this video once it's set up, and then I'll put it up every time we have a show. I'll put it up for anybody that wants to, because I know there's a few people that don't want to do Facebook, and I get it, especially some people that are teachers and public officials that don't want to have their private stuff on there. I get it. So, but this is a great way to do it. So definitely check it out. Check out the community anyways. It's really fun. It's really cool. There's videos, there's pictures, questions galore. It's a great place. They have a marketplace as well on this community site. So if you have games to sell or looking to buy games, and so I know I've seen quite a few people on it as well. So this is an option for those that don't want Facebook. It's a great community. It's very, very, it's just war game centric.
Yeah, just war games.
Yeah, it's just war games. And any type of war games, miniatures. There's a lot of different groups on there already. Big Board's on there, Mo's on there, Gimpy's on there. A lot of the guys that you probably follow and watch are on there as well. So this will be an option. Like I said, I'll put the link in the comments on this video for everybody, and then I will put it in Tack Up the war Facebook Wargaming as well. I've kind of used the CSW Consim World website, the community. I've been using it for the past couple of days. I really like it. It's great. He did a great job with the community. I know that he's eventually going to be uploading the forums to a more modern capabilities because it feels like it's from like when I was in high school 20 plus years ago. So, but yeah, I will put it up. I'll get it done. He gave me access to do that today. So I will be working on that probably tonight and tomorrow, and I'll get it up as soon as possible. And so that way you guys can check it out.
So when you sign up,
yeah,
it's just like Facebook that you get your own page with your name on it, all that sort of thing, right? Okay.
Yeah. So it's already being Todd. It's already being well used. I'll be honest with you. There's new stuff going on, new discussions all the time. It's getting well used. It's just looking at this. Big Board, Roger McGowan, Kilroy's here, Ardwolf's Lair, Mo. Sorry. So a lot of the names that you see on that. So, but if you just go to Consim World Community, it's pretty simple. You can use your Google account to sign up for it. So it's pretty easy. So. I know there's quite a few of them here, a few people that I've already seen. So, yep. So if you go to the community tab up on the top, Jester, it says new. Yep. And you do have to create an account to get into it. But you can log on with Facebook or Google. It's pretty easy. Yeah, he plans to. He is planning to move the forums. But honestly, you just use it for some things here and there. It's all war games, so it's really cool. Yes, you could. You just
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A couple podcast buddy of mine, Todd Matt has one, History on the Table. It's a podcast. He has his own group there. It's starting to get a good. He did a soft launch, so that way there would be stuff on it and he could try it. And he had Kev on there and a bunch of other ones. So I love it, Matt. That cracks me up. That's funny.
How true.
Yeah, exactly.
That applies to us all, doesn't it?
All right, so that was that's you're going to set that up. We'll probably have more info on that next week. We'll have a link we can share. So be sure to stop in and check that out. Rolf, what you got coming on? What you got coming up?
Well, I'm still playing the old Tokyo Express, and yes, it's good. It's good fun.
You like it?
I do like it. I'm sorry, I do. But Nations at War may be next. I've got a couple unboxings I need to do, but I need the table clear because some of the big things, maps and that. And also,
why don't you cover your news? Because we got a new crowd coming in, so why don't you let them know what's going on?
Yeah, Lock and Load are going. David Heath from Lock and Load has bought the rights to some games, one of which is Avalon Hills, The Rise and Decline of the Third Reich from 1974. Everything is done. I think nothing's going to be changed. The rules are as is, but I've been asked to review or look over the rules, look over the optional rules, sort of sort out what's good, what's bad, so they can put it into a sort of hyper deluxe sort of revamp of that. So I've talked to Jez. If somebody's got a copy of the third edition, Rise and Decline, and want to get rid of it, and bearing in mind I'm in the UK, so I can actually get it out, look at it, read through and everything, and sort out and get it in my head what's going on. If anybody has got any thoughts or issues only about the rules, not about anything else, any rules they use, any rules they found a bit difficult to understand, let me know. Email me at roughswordsman@gmail.com. I'm really looking forward to it. I may even be involved with the designer, John Prados, which sounds great. So, and he's very, very keen to get this out. So anybody got any sort of good things that may be of use to me, just let me know. You can email me, you can do it on here, whatever, or on the comments on my videos. Just let me know so I can collate everything. I can read through the rules, make sure that I understand them, and implement or reject all the tons of optional rules that have been brought out over the years for this game. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So thank you.
Yeah, that's great news. So hopefully, as that progresses and gets, further along, we'll get some inside information from Ruff about that. So, he'll probably know what's going on with it before the rest of us. So that would be awesome. Awesome to know. What else we got going on? Anything?
Again, I'm blaming Ruff.
Oh yeah, let's see your new Frederick.
I like that game.
How come it's still in the shrink? Why don't you?
I just opened it.
Let's open it. Let's go. Open it up.
You'll love the components. I know that you saw that on my video, but when you look at them yourself and think, you'll go, oh.
I already love the box.
Yeah, and it's got that sort of finish on it, that sort of texture finish. It's classy.
We're having a live stream unboxing.
There you go.
It's like Arkan. It's like Arkan. It's great quality.
How many pages is the rules?
Not hard.
No, we're looking at 11.
11? Wow.
Yeah, and then a example of play. Real nice.
Nice.
Baggies that are not rolled up for once.
And they're nice baggies. Even the baggies are quality.
Yes. Jester, look at this.
Fantastic.
Oh, I like it already. I like it
Pre-rounded.
already.
That's what sold me on getting this was the pre-rounding. Like
And also the
Who
texture.
made this game?
The
Who made
texture.
this game?
what?
Who made this game?
Vocal Simulations. They have 2 games, and I know Ruff, you have the other one too, right? You have the Cross the Aiken.
Yeah, crushing. Yeah.
4 counter sheets, all of them pre-rounded.
Yes, Nathan.
And yeah, hard mounted. Ooh, nice. Even the back is nice.
I know quality in it. They've done the back as well.
Yeah. But let's flip it around here so people can see. So hard mounted.
Oh, it is hard mounted too.
Yeah.
Point to point.
Point to point, which I wanted to give it a try for the point to point.
It was my first point-to-point game as well. Yeah.
Ruff, I thought you didn't like point to point. What happened with that?
Well,
4 dice.
You like point to point now? Okay.
I like that.
And I know that there's these cards. Where's my rubber bands?
Whoa! Yeah, Nathan, it's not solitaire. There aren't any solitaire rules, but it's very solid. So you can play it solo. Even those have got a linen finish on them as well, haven't they?
Yep.
Either before you force march. No, flip it back over. Let's see. Let's give us an example. Before you force march or step 1 of the winter turn, choose 1 resource space under your control that was originally your enemy's. Place the scorched earth mark on it. The space no longer serves as a resource space or fort. Wow,
That's a brutal one.
Yeah, because it's all about resource spots and stuff like that from what I've been able to. So there's like 2 sets. So there's the there's
bad guys and the good guys.
yeah.
That's
So there's
Prussian.
2.
Yeah.
Prussian and what's the other one?
Russians.
Russia and Russia.
Russians,
Yeah,
French,
Prussia.
Saxony.
Yeah, there's Prussia, Great Britain, and Hanover, and then you have that's the Prussian alliance, and then you have the Russian.
French.
Of course, you make me get this. Austria and France. That has the Holy Roman Empire, Saxon, and Sweden, which is the Austrian alliance. So you have the Prussian alliance and the Austrian alliance. So and some. I don't know if I really call these dice. They're like wood blocks more than.
They're the only thing I didn't like. They did.
Wait.
I know the
You
dice.
like something, Ruff? What
No, it's
happened?
the dice. I just brought my own dice in. I pick dice are a very personal thing, aren't they?
I will probably use other dice. I agree.
Yeah.
They felt more like wooden blocks than dice.
No weight to them. I like a bit of weight in my dice.
Mhm.
But that's me.
So yeah.
Yeah, you like that?
Or like charts?
No,
No charts?
no charts. No.
Very
Everything
simple.
you need is on the board. Here is a so on the back.
Look at that. Look, beautiful.
Let it focus here for a second.
There is. I don't know what edition it is. That is wrong. There is an errata. It's only
That is the best looking Tony we've seen all day.
yeah. There is
I
an
just
errata.
ruined it.
Tony, there is an errata sheet you can get off the
Yeah,
web.
I heard you say that on yours, but it's like very minimal.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so I mean, honestly, okay, so I just popped out a counter. Let's see if I can do this
They're gorgeous.
backwards here.
No, nah. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah.
There we go.
That's the Austrians.
Yep. And the nice thing is right now, before I put it, I can just put it right back in the like it never happened.
It's a lock and load moment.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, so there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9, 10.
Also-
So there's 90
That's
on
it. But also, down in the bottom corner on one of the sheets, you'll think, what are those for? Those are replacement counters for the Arkan game.
Oh,
So if you've got that, yeah.
Well, after seeing the quality of this,
You'll love Arkan, I'll tell you. Bit more meat to it, complexity wise. But yeah, and the map's gorgeous. Arkan
oh
made.
god, that thing is gorgeous. Yes, I almost want to throw this on the table and start playing it. I mean,
Tony's got plenty of them.
I don't need any more of those. I really don't need any more of those.
Yeah, the rules aren't going to be changed, David. Nothing's going to be changed. What's going to be happening is to sort of chip away and make them clearer, maybe add some optional rules that may be wanted, get rid of ones that aren't. So there's the whole thing. Don't worry, they're not going to be changed. It's going to be as is, but tweaked for understandability and extra rules that may add to the game, not just for the sake of adding optional rules.
Oh, I did get this, by the way.
Slovakia's war.
Yeah,
That's Panzer Grenadier, isn't it?
Panzer Grenadier. Yep. I forgot I got that. Yeah.
Funny
This
enough,
is why I bought this module. This is the reason I bought the two Broken Access and whatever the other one was. Play that module because that interests me.
I might not have told you this, but I do like Panzer Grenadier as well.
3 minutes, guys.
Okay.
Yep.
3 minutes.
Anybody got any questions? Or last edition was fourth, but I think it's based on the third edition, David. I think.
Yeah, I think they're.
I'm excited about that. That game has been on my radar for a while. I'll be honest with you. And since now it's off my radar until Lock and Load Publishing puts it out, and that'll be an insta-buy.
But these things take time. But the way David was talking was that if this is what
if David's come to you for help,
he's
we know
desperate.
how fast you do things. It's going to take a while. Yeah.
It's desperate. But yeah, John Prados is very keen, wants it to move along, and David is as well. It's one of David's favourite games. He knows it backwards, and it's a labour of love for him. So,
well, if he knows it backwards, what happens when he plays it forward?
Time goes askew, and Rommel doesn't advance into France.
Don't forget, guys, if you're not a member of our Face
book. Tack Up Wargaming Facebook.
Join up, Tack Up Wargaming, and then if you don't want to join up on our Facebook group next week, come by. We're going to have information on joining us for our new Con Sim World Tack Up Facebook group. So look forward to checking that out as well. So, yeah, I think that's going to be a wrap for this week. I appreciate everyone coming on by, and good to have you guys. Good conversation, and hopefully we will see everyone next week.
Glad to be back.
Yeah,
there was that too, but yeah, we'll move on from that. No, we're not giving them a big parade. Welcome back.
The Cannons have been. See, it's what I love. See, the Cannons now over here.
Yeah, Ruff had a rough week last week. He was like, I can't wait till Tony comes back.
Yeah, because Chester won't pick on the. Well, I don't know. He got going on Mo pretty good after a while.
But yeah, Mo was like, I can see what you guys go through now. Yeah, the sort of realization on his face. It was good. Yeah. Well, but no, that was good fun. It was good fun. We did miss you. It's a shame you weren't.
We're hoping to get a time scheduled with Mike Butticelli to do part 2 Tank Duel. And we'll see what we can come up with. We'll post on both our Constant World and our Facebook groups. And in the meantime, everyone have a good week, and we'll see you all next week. Thank you guys for coming out today.
See ya.
Okay. See you guys.
See ya.